welcome to AAA, where we bring you anime updates and theories, most especially for Welcome to Demon School Iruma-kun. Today, I wanted to talk about DELKIRA. There's been a lot of discussion and speculation on DELKIRA since it was revealed that Iruma has DELKIRA's mana. I also did a video on whether or not I think Iruma is a demon, and inevitably that brought some questions regarding DELKIRA as well. So let's tackle them now. There isn't much information on DELKIRA, but given what we know, there's definitely some things that we can speculate to be true. For example, we know from two separate people who knew DELKIRA, that being Amduscious Poro Sama and Sullivan, who were very close to DELKIRA when he was still alive. Both of them have felt or have noticed similarities between DELKIRA and Iruma, from what happened in the Magic Shopping Street arc and the Music Festival arc. I think the aspect of Iruma that they most liken to DELKIRA is his happy and free disposition. Iruma doesn't really have these notions of what should be. He's not used to the customs of the demon world because he isn't a demon, he didn't grow up there, so he's free to think and act outside of the box. A blank slate, if you will. I think what we know about DELKIRA is much the same. He will demand things like flowers from the magma, floating rivers, without thinking if it's possible. Just like with Iruma, Poro says that DELKIRA's favorite sound is the newest one. Despite these similarities with Iruma though, there are some key differences between the two. Whenever DELKIRA is presented to us, he is quite mischievous, kind of arrogant and self-assured. He's always shown as a looming or towering figure, while Iruma is very small. Someone who really meets people where they are, whether that be the beast from Cutthroat Valley, the misfits like Clara or Person, and even stranger that he doesn't know, which I really think is his charm. And how he brings people together by meeting them halfway, that really sets him apart from DELKIRA. For example, during the flashback Sullivan had of DELKIRA, where he refuses to attend the 13 Crowns dinner, and instead calls them fools for sitting in a stuffy room instead of looking towards the beautiful demon world that he created. This is something I don't really see Iruma doing. Iruma would definitely find this incredibly rude. They definitely have the same vibes in terms of vision, but this is too arrogant and it's not really Iruma's leadership style. In fact, I would say Ameri is closer to disposition to DELKIRA than Iruma is to DELKIRA. Another thing, which I find to be one of the more speculative parts of what we know about DELKIRA, is that he knew he was going to disappear. My evidence for saying this is that DELKIRA created the test during the Harvest Festival arc. He set up this very long and complicated test to make the legendary leaf bloom, to find the least demon-like demon. What would be his purpose for setting up this test, right? I think it's pretty clear that DELKIRA was looking for the person of the prophecy, the person who will bring the great change to the demon world. That's why I truly think DELKIRA's bloodline must be something similar to Future Sight. I know a lot of people think Sullivan is the one that has Future Sight because of what happened during the Batra arc finale. However, I think it makes much more sense that DELKIRA has it. I don't think DELKIRA can predict the future exactly. He can probably make some sort of prophecy, meaning he doesn't have the exact dates or details, but he knows certain events. I think it's even possible that he was the one who predicted the prophecy of the Demon King to begin with. Perhaps it's one of his litmus tests for the person he is looking for. Or maybe he decoded the prophecy and was able to find what are the necessary requirements that are needed. I think much like the legendary Leaf, who definitely knows something and was tasked by DELKIRA to find this person, so too was the Ranking Owl, tasked to give the ring to the person who meets the requirements. It's possible as well that Sullivan was privy to this and was also given details, which is why he chose Iruma out of all the people. It was also why during the flashback, DELKIRA told Sullivan that it couldn't be him. I think it'd also be that the same items that Bal is collecting are the items DELKIRA imbued to find Iruma. sort of like Horcruxes. Now it begs the question, if Delkira knew he was going to disappear and he set up these tests to find the person who will take over for him, why? Why was he going to disappear? I think there's a few possibilities. Firstly, he could have an expiration date. Like he was sick or his actual body couldn't be alive for much longer, so he decided to entrust his creation to the next generation. It's very possible, and I think something that we often see in Japanese manga, like in One Piece, for example. One Piece! The next theory is that he was being chased or there has been an assassination plot against him. This theory is something I don't really buy because he's like the most powerful Demon King. He's larger than life, he's a peerless elite, he has a lot of powerful people under him. Even if there was a figure like Baal, then how would they even begin to defeat him? I mean, the Six Fingers weren't really even matched for the different teachers, much less Baal's very, very strong army. Much less Delkira's very, very strong army. So my last theory is Delkira did it by choice. I think there's an aspect of Delkira who is very self-sacrificial. It was he who took all the hits during the battle just to feel what the pain of war felt like. It was the same act that Saburo admired in him, in fact, and I think maybe Delkira knew that there must be a catalyst for the new demon world to begin, and so he disappeared in order to make that happen. Perhaps even he deliberately gave up his body and instead put his soul in the ring so that maybe he would be able to see the vision through. Or maybe it was part of his future sight that he knew that he would need to help the person to change the demon world, just like Alikred is to Iruma. Any of these three reasons are still up in the air. It could be a combination of one or more, but I think it's pretty certain that he knew things. That he was definitely aware of something happening in the future, that he planned for it, that it wasn't just coincidence or happenstance. Anyway, that's all I have for my speculation on Delkira. If more information is given, I will definitely make a follow-up video. If you want to talk about it, debate about it, think I'm totally wrong, I am game. Just comment it and I will reply to your comments down below. If you like this video and want to see more theories, analysis, and updates on Welcome to Demon School or Mairimashita Iruma-kun, please like and subscribe to my channel. Bye!